We'll now take a journey on the Southern Electric of the 1930s. Our journey will start here at Purley, situated on the main line to Brighton. From here, we'll travel via Croydon, Selhurst, Streatham, Balham and Clapham Junction to Victoria. So it's back 54 years to 1934 for a journey on board the Southern Electric. By 1934, this was an electrified main line. A year earlier, the Southern had inaugurated its mainline electric services to Brighton and Worthing. However, re-signalling was to wait until after the war. In 1949, a scheme was started to replace the semaphores with automatic and semi-automatic colour light signals. This section north of Purley was one of the last to be commissioned under this scheme, with these mechanical signals giving way to colour lights on the 8th of May 1955. South Croydon Station. To the right can be seen the line joining from Sanderstead and Oxted. We are travelling on the slow lines with those to the far right carrying express traffic. East Croydon Station. Soon we will pass through Norwood Junction, where we'll take the line west towards Clapham Junction. There's always been a tradition of the use of flyovers by the Southern's various constituents. Here at Norwood, they resulted in a junction of great complexity. This junction is contained within a triangle bounded by Windmill Bridge Junction, Norwood Junction and Selhurst. The semaphores were to be replaced by colour lights on the 21st of March, 1954, when 160 mechanical signal arms and mechanically worked points were to be connected to two new cabins at Norwood Junction and Gloucester Road. Situated away to the far right are the depots and yards of Norwood. Soon we'll pass through Selhurst Station. The history of the electrification of this section of railway is a long and complicated one. This section was first electrified by the 6,700-volt AC overhead system in 1911 as part of the Victoria to Crystal Palace scheme. However, at that time, the line through here to Norwood Junction only carried empty coaching stock as far as the yards at Norwood. In 1913, it was decided to electrify beyond Norwood, thereby enabling this section to carry passenger-carrying electric trains. But the advent of war in 1914 stopped the work as the electrical equipment was to be supplied from Germany. Then, in 1922, the work was restarted, and in 1925, the section through here to Purley opened to electrics on the overhead AC system. Subsequently, the line was converted to third rail in 1929 by the Southern Railway. We're now passing through Norbury Station. Streatham Common Station. Beyond here, we'll pass under the Wimbledon to Tulse Hill Line, connected by junctions to the right and later on the left. This material was shot as a motorman's training film and taken on a Sunday, which accounts for the lack of traffic. Indeed, any other time of the week and a straight run-through would have been very unlikely. An engineer's train passes through on the slow lines bound for Norwood Yard. Balham Station, with the line joining from Crystal Palace on the right. The section we're now on was one of the first suburban lines to be electrified, being opened in 1911 using the overhead AC system. These first schemes were known as the overhead electric, as the very first section opened in 1909 from Victoria to London Bridge was carried mostly on viaducts and embankments. Wandsworth Common Station. Beyond here, we cross Wandsworth Common on the approaches to Clapham. The approaches to Clapham Junction. To the left, the London and South Western line to Surbiton joins. The platforms to the right originally carried London, Brighton and South Coast trains. Those to the left, London and South Western trains. We're now swinging right along the former London, Brighton and South Coast line to Victoria. Straight ahead, we can see Battersea Power Station. Battersea Station with the former South Eastern and Chatham lines on the far right. Finally, our destination, Victoria Station. 25 years later, and the route has been entirely re-signalled with 4 aspect colour lights giving 2.5-minute headway for stopping trains. Of the trains themselves, the electric units of the 1930s have given way to a new generation of units, while steam finished back in the 1960s. Yet despite this, many of the original stations and buildings remain unaltered, still very much as they stood in the days of the Southern Electric. As our journey comes to an end here at Victoria, we hope you've enjoyed this fascinating trip back to the golden age of the Southern Railway and its pioneering electric services. If you enjoyed travelling through history with us, please take a moment to like this video, share it with fellow railway enthusiasts, and subscribe to the channel for many more journeys into Britain's rich railway heritage. Thank you so much for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you aboard again very soon. Safe travels!